video, let us see MCQs on some important plays of William Shakespeare, and this particular video is on Henry IV Part 1. First question is, the central theme of Henry IV Part 1 is dash. A. The revolt of the Percys. B. The growth of Prince Hal. C. The comedy of Falstaff. D. None. Answer is A. The revolt of the Percys. Percies. I repeat the sentence. The central theme of Henry IV Part 1 is the revolt of the Percys. Next question. Richard II was overthrown by his cousin dash. A. John of Gaunt. B. Henry. C. Edward. D. Bolingbroke. Answer is D. Bolingbroke. Richard II was overthrown by his cousin Bolingbroke. Next, Henry VI belongs to the dynasty of dash. A. Lancastrian. B. Tudor. C. York. D. None. Answer is A. Lancaster. Henry IV belongs to the dynasty of Lancastrian. Next question. The robbery scene takes place at dash. A. Wadsworth. B. Gadshill. C. Shrewsbury. And D. Bosworth. Answer is B. Gadshill. Gadshill. The robbery scene takes place at Gadshill. Next, the tavern scene takes place at dash. A. Red Hills. B. Gads Hill. C. Boar's Head. And D. Holdbore. Answer is C. Boar's Head. The tavern scene takes place at Boar's Head. Next question. The three parts of Henry IV and Richard III deal with the wars of the dash. A. Shrewsbury. B. Actium. C. Bosworth. D. Roses. Answer is D. Roses. The three parts of Henry IV and Richard III deal with wars of the roses. Next question. Hotspur defeated Douglas and took dash a prisoner. A. Mortimer. B. Mordaunt Earl of Fife. C. Worcester. And D. Walter Blunt. Answer is B. Mordaunt Earl of Fife. Hotspur defeated Douglas and took Mordaunt Earl of Fife a prisoner. Next question. Hotspur is the son of dash. A. Earl of Northumberland. B. Earl of Glendower. C. Mortimer. D. Percy. Answer is A. Northumberland. Hotspur is the son of the Earl of Northumberland. Henry IV plans to go on a pilgrimage to A. Canterbury. B. Rome. C. Jerusalem. D. Italy. Answer is C. Jerusalem. Henry IV plans to go on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Next, the king is very angry with the Percys for their refusal to deliver up the dash prisoners. A. Welsh B. Scottish, C. English, D. None. Answer is B. Scottish. I repeat in sentence. The king is very angry with the Percys for the refusal to deliver up the Scottish prisoners. Next question. Hotspur offers to release the prisoners on condition that Dash is ransomed. A. Glendower, B. Mortimer, C. Worcester, and D. Northumberland. Answer is B. Mortimer. I repeat in sentence. Hotspur offers to release the prisoners on condition the Dash, that is Mortimer, is released, ransomed. Mortimer is ransomed. Next question. Mortimer is Dash's wife's brother. A. Worcester, B. Glendower, C. Hotspur, D. Northumberland. Answer is C. Hotspur. Mortimer is Hotspur's wife's brother. Dash held discretion to be the better part of valor. Dash held, within quote, discretion to be the better part of valor. A. Prince Hal, B. Poins, C. Falstaff, and D. Hotspur. Answer is C. Falstaff. Falstaff held discretion to be the better part of valor. Next, while dividing England, Hotspur wanted to divert the course of the Dash. A. Thames, B. Trent, C. Avon, D. None. Answer is B. Trent, Trent. So while dividing England, Hotspur wanted to divert the course of the river Trent. Next, Dash acts as interpreter between Lady Mortimer and Mortimer. A. Glendower, B. Hotspur, C. Northumberland, and D. Worcester. Answer is A. Glendower. Glendower acts as interpreter between Lady Mortimer and Mortimer. Next, according to King Henry, Prince Hal is following the footsteps of Dash. A. Bolingbroke, B. Richard II, C. Sir John of Gaunt, D. Hotspur. Answer is B. Richard II. According to King Henry, Prince Hal is following the footsteps of Richard II. King Henry compares Hotspur to Dash. A. Vulcan, B. Mars, C. Apollo, D. Zeus. Answer is B. Mars. King Henry compares Hotspur to Mars. Dash is the hostess of the Boar's Head Tavern Inn. A. Mrs. Quickly, B. Lady Mortimer, C. Mrs. Percy, D. None. Answer is Mrs. Quickly. Mrs. Quickly is the hostess of the Boar's Head Tavern Inn. Next question. King Henry murdered Richard II and allowed Mortimer to remain a rebel, Welsh rebel, and he discussed Worcester from his council. So there is a change in the rebels in this way. And here what happened, Northumberland is released from his court and disguised Hotspur in his happy victories. So this is a point to ponder to think, that is, King Henry murdered Richard II. He allowed Mortimer to remain a rebel, Welsh rebel, and he dismissed Worcester from his council and Northumberland from his court, and disgraced Hotspur in his victories. This is the charge of the rebels. We have to remember, why did the rebels charge King Henry? This is the reason. Next question is, to Falstaff, Dash is only a scutcheon, a piece of heraldry need in funerals. A. War, B. Goodness, C. Evil, D. Honor. D is the answer, honor. To Falstaff, honor is only a a piece of heraldry used in funerals. Dash plays a trick to participate the battle between Hotspur and the king. A. Archbishop of York, B. Walter Blunt, C. Robert Vernon, and D is Worcester. Answer is D. Worcester. Worcester plays a trick to precipitate the battle between Hotspur and the king. Next, Phoebus is the dash. A. Sun god, B. Moon god, C. Sea god, and D. Nature god. Answer is A. Sun god. Phoebus is the sun god. Next question. Hybla, a town in Sicily, is known for its dash. A. Gold, B. Honey, C. Oil, D. Flowers. Answer is B. Honey. Hybla, a town in Sicily, is known for its honey. Hybla honey. Dash is the Roman goddess of war. A. Vulcan, B. Mars, C. Bellona, and D. Diana. Answer is B. Mars. Mars is the Roman goddess of war. Next question. The Colossus at Rhodes, Rhodes, is a gigantic statue of dash. A. Zeus, B. Apollo, C. Mars, and D. Vulcan. Answer is B. Apollo. The Colossus at Rhodes is a gigantic statue of Apollo. Dash is a master in Greek mythology with 9 hands. Dash is a monster in Greek mythology with 9 hands. A. Hydra, B. Hybla, C. Hymen, D. Heron. And answer is B. Hybla. Hybla. Hybla is a monster in Greek mythology with 9 hands. Next, Henry of Monmouth is known as dash. A. Prince John, B. Prince Hal, C. Hotspur, D. Mortimer. Answer is B. Prince Hal. Henry of Monmouth is known as Prince Hal. Next question. Dash is portrayed in 4 long works like Richard II, Henry IV Part 1 and Part 2, and Henry V. Answer is A. Henry IV, B. Prince Hal, C. Richard II, D. Bolingbroke. Answer is Henry IV. Henry IV is portrayed in 4 long works like Richard II, Henry IV Part 1 and Part 2, and Henry V. The character of Dash is developed in 3 plays, King Richard II and 2 parts of Henry IV. A. Prince Hal, Hotspur, B. C. Henry IV, D. Richard II. Again C. Henry IV. So the character of Henry IV is developed in 3 plays, King Richard II and 2 parts of Henry IV. Next question. Dash is the Scottish chief. A. Glendower, B. Douglas, C. Northumberland, D. Mortimer. Answer is B. Douglas. Douglas is the chief of the Scots. Last question. Dash is the chief of Welsh. A. Douglas, B. Hotspur, C. Glendower, D. Worcester. Answer is Glendower. C. Glendower. Glendower is the chief of the Welsh. Let's see the next play, the next video. Thank you.